Chapter 15. Survival School. Robert Brown, 44. 1982. New York, New York. The senior partners of the law firm sat around the conference room table. The president sat at the head of the table with the large envelope in front of him. Looking down at the simple manila envelope with the instructions and today's date written upon it, he shook his head, trying to imagine what the old man had been thinking. He picked up the letter opener and sliced through the sealed envelope. Taking out the documents and reading through them, he saw they contained financial instructions, written more than a year before, for his company. He read them aloud to the other senior partners, who took notes on all the instructions that must be passed on to the board of directors who were in charge of the running of Hamman's various companies. Half of the instructions did not make any sense. By Sony, what the hell is a CD? Finally, at the bottom was another sealed envelope. It was addressed to Robert Brown. He stared at it and then passed it to the man on his right. On it went to the most junior member of the firm. Robert sat there, uncomfortable, as all eyes turned to him as he opened the envelope. The papers within detailed his tasks in the administration of the trust set up for Jenny Hamman. The first page instructed him that he was not permitted to discuss the following documents or contents therein with any other person, including members of the firm. Explaining this, the disapproving looks that bore down on him made him want to wilt in his seat. Returning this cover letter to the president, he read onward silently as the board looked on, his brow furrowed in confusion. None of this made any sense. This couldn't be right. He had to do what? Robert wasn't sure this was possible, or for that matter, if it was even legal. Why on earth would John Hamman want this for his granddaughter? He stared down at the instructions and then self-consciously slid them back into the envelope. He desperately wanted to ask them what this was all about. The instructions were very clear that he was bound not to discuss it with any other person. It also made clear the consequences if any member of the firm deviated from the instructions.
Please continue.
The rest of the board stared at him in displeasure and then turned back to the other matters at hand. He heard nothing from the rest of the meeting, as the rest of the board discussed stock options and how to structure the purchases through subsidiary corporations. He had been expecting to arrange for private schooling. He had even been compiling a list of possible institutions. He had not expected this. As the meeting went on around him, his thoughts were turned inward, trying to imagine where he would find a primitive survival school that would accept a 12-year-old girl.